Hi, this is Max from JSoft and welcome to episode 3 of Devlog. In this series, the goal is to showcase our updates to Sales CRM, our automation-powered CRM for Jira. Today, we're excited to talk and showcase our upcoming feature, which is for uploading data into Sales CRM. We're going to explain some of our design decision, some upgrades we're thinking of doing, and some later iterations that could occur. If you're not too familiar with us, JSoft is an Atlassian marketplace vendor with more than 10 apps published on the Atlassian marketplace, with our latest app being Sales CRM, and that is also going to be the focus of our devlog. And I just wanted to quickly shout out Sales CRM, as the app has achieved Rising Star status on the Atlassian marketplace, so we're super happy about that one. Since our latest devlog, we've been hard at work doing front-end improvements. We released some improvements to the UI for deals and contacts, and we revamped both our documentation page as well as our website. Also, we've been working on our prototypes for our Gmail integration, which actually is now going to be our G Suite integration, but that's for another day. As mentioned, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the data import functionality, what the feature does, when we think people should be using it, why we went with this workflow, and why we believe this is a good fit for our app. Do note that the things you're seeing are early versions, so there will be change between what you're seeing today and what's going to be on the final version. This is also applicable for the functionality itself, where we are most likely going to tweak a thing or two. So with that, let's first start by chatting about why we're going with this feature and why it's pretty useful. Why this feature? The import functionality is critical for us for multiple reasons. When users are starting to use us, odds are they will want some client data somewhere and will want to migrate that data to us, instead of having to start from scratch and adding every contact and account individually. Also, if users do some sort of marketing and lead generation activities, then they might also be interested in following up with these leads in Sales CRM. Again, probably will not want to add everything individually, especially if there are better ways to do this and to use your time. Something cool to add on that one is that if you think about it, this is also a way for us to close the MailChimp loop back to us. So if you're integrating with MailChimp, you'll be able to grab some leads from your lead generation activities in MailChimp and place them back into Sales CRM. And if they qualify to another stage of your nurturing campaign, then to add them there. Of course, we can't forget to mention that the import data feature is a standard feature for CRMs that clients expect to have, so we're actually fairly late with it when you think about it. And we think this feature is extremely useful for us right now to help with potential client adoption. While we are a rising star on the Atlassian marketplace, the reality is that we're still fairly new. So we're banking on new clients trying us. Our guess is that if these clients try us, they will want to trial Sales CRM with a small batch of customers in order to give themselves a much better idea on the flow of the tool. So this is where the import functionality shines. Mocks. So let's have a look at what our early version looks like. The import functionality will be hosted in the app section of Sales CRM, and an admin will be able to use a CSV in order to import their files up to 20 megabytes. That should easily be able to handle 15,000 contacts and more, and most likely will be able to provide you with many more thousands of contacts and accounts. The beauty of our import functionality is that it doesn't use a template. You just have to map the fields in the Sales CRM that you've configured to the fields in the CSV. We went this way because it provides much more flexibility as to what you're able to do, achieve, and we believe that for a scaling solution, this is the way to go. So upon a success, you'll have those fields uploaded, but not added to deals. That's something you'll have to do or automate. In this initial version, we use the email addresses as unique fields for contacts and names for accounts. So if there are duplicates in this current version, they will be merged by default. We're thinking of going with unique IDs in the future, but that will come later. Speaking of which, this is what we want to improve for V2 or even V3. We want to be able to provide additional options and quality of life improvements, such as the possibility to duplicate data, have notifications for statuses, basic stats, better preview process, and more depending on what you are looking for. So what can we learn from this feature? Well, actually, the import functionality has no real learning outcomes by itself per se, but it unlocks the ability to learn a whole lot more from our app. With the import functionality, we have more capabilities for dogfooding, stress testing Sales CRM, and figure out what makes sense and what doesn't with more data. So in other words, we're going to be able to learn a whole lot more about our tool because of the import functionality. And that's awesome, because that's how we ensure that we provide a great tool and a great experience. So what are we up to now? Well, as mentioned, we're going to be stress testing Sales CRM internally to figure out where we need to improve. Also, expect some news within this quarter about our G Suite functionality that we're working on. That's going to be quite exciting. That's all for now. Take care. Bye-bye.